everybody. Hey, welcome back to a little show we like to call
Roll with the Troll.
Roll with the Troll. Look, today this is like a follow-up to a video we did last week.
Yeah.
I've been thinking more and more and more about that Joker deleted scene from the Batman movie.
Yeah.
Now, if you didn't already see the first video we did, where we talked about whether that scene should have stayed deleted or should they have thrown it in, I'll cut to the chase a little bit. I think we went in depth in that video, but bottom line is that's not a good scene.
Right.
Right?
Yes. We were in agreement on that.
Yeah, Voice of Reason and I actually agreed, and we felt that was just not a good scene. I've been thinking about it more and more and more, and guess where I've landed now?
The Joker sucks?
Yeah. How'd you know? Yeah, I the more I think about that scene, the more I think it really fucking blows. It's really bad. And it bothered me the first time I saw it, but now the more I think about it, I'm like, fuck that scene. I don't know how Matt Reeves, who's such a gifted filmmaker and did such a great film, could have even produced that. Like, I don't know how that even came to it. Voice of Reason, what do you think?
Everyone makes it, there's the mistakes, and I mean, that's what happened.
That's it? That's your whole thing? You made a mistake and that's it?
Whatever.
Look, it's terrible. Here's why. There's a lot of reasons.
You experiment with things, you find out if something works, or if it doesn't, he's finding out it doesn't.
This actor, this guy should never have made it into being cast for this film.
Yeah.
It's unbelievably bad. He is very much a poor man's Joker. We were talking about this in the comments too, on the first video that we did about this. But I want to follow up. He is definitely a poor man's Joker. From the way they've set him up, like he seems to have the same kind of scars on his cheeks.
Yeah.
Doesn't he?
Yeah.
I guess I can't tell because it's so dark in there, but it looks to me like they wanted to go with that same idea of the scars, which we already got so much of that was so distinctly Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
So to now take that same idea and do that again, that's really bad. He also, he looks like a nice innocent kid, doesn't he? Like, I know they make up him up, but what do you think? Doesn't he kind of look like just kind of an innocent kid? He doesn't look like he's been through hell.
Yes, I agree.
Now, Heath Ledger had a little bit of that going for him too, which was also not good, but his acting was enough to get you through it.
He carried off the maniacal, though.
Yeah, and that was good enough.
Whereas this guy really didn't.
No, this guy seemed like just... First of all, the scene was so like he and Batman were almost old buddies. Like, I didn't get a sense that they hate each other.
Right, even though it was obviously the anniversary of his incarceration, because they referenced it several times in that short little scene. But they still seemed pretty buddy-buddy.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of hate between them.
No.
And I gotta blame this guy. I really do. I don't think it's Robert Pattinson's fault. I think this guy just does not know. His acting it sucks in this scene. It really sucks. He's very like an agitated little goofball, like, I'm going to play a prank on you. That's not really Joker, especially for this kind of a Batman film. Joker, people don't understand Joker. He has nothing to do with the 1960s TV show Joker.
Right.
And he has nothing to do with the Joker we saw in 1989, as far as I'm concerned.
He's probably the darkest, or one of the darkest characters.
Yeah, depending on how you interpret the whole Batman mythos. But I think especially for this being probably the darkest Batman film, you got to have the darkest version of Joker.
Yeah, it's got to match.
And you're right. Joker probably is generally one of the darker characters. So I just think it's so odd that they got this goofy fucking guy who's trying to be very, like, kind of mysterious and like, oh, what am I thinking? What am I going to... Who cares? That's it's just, who gives a shit? He's not an interesting Joker at all. This really is an annoying scene.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know how they could have even thought this was going to possibly work. I'm so glad it was deleted, and I don't even know why they leaked it online. Because at first, remember, I had the theory that they deleted it for the sole purpose of wanting to leak it online and see what people thought. And that way they could figure out if they want this guy to be the actor in the next film.
Yeah.
Or if people don't like him, then they use somebody else.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Well, it was my working theory up until the more I've thought about this scene, I'm like, this scene is so bad. This should be more of a way to let the actor go without having to let him go yourself. Instead, they go, Barry, look, I mean, the public has spoken. I mean, we just can't bring you back for the sequel. I mean, come on. You know, maybe this is their way of dumping him. It's like through a friend. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, Barry, we want you to come back.
Post-it.
We like you for the sequel, but hey, the internet has spoken, buddy. Yeah, I thought he was so shitty that I don't blame Robert Pattinson for the scene. Like I said,
Mm-hmm.
I think Robert Pattinson had nothing better to play off. I think Robert Pattinson wanted, because he's a good actor. I think he
Yeah.
wanted to be more like, "How dare you, Joker?" Like very much the Christian Bale scene in
Yeah.
Dark Knight. That they did it really well there.
Mm-hmm.
That movie's got some flaws, but Christian Bale really nailed that with Heath Ledger, especially when he hits him, and when
Yeah.
the lights go on and he hits him.
Yep.
That whole scene on the anger when he picks him up and everything, it's really believable to me.
Mm-hmm.
Where this feels like an SNL skit. This
Yeah.
this
Oh,
was
that's good.
doesn't
Yeah.
it? It feels like they're looking for a laugh and just trying to mock the Heath Ledger Joker
Mm-hmm.
and have this little goofy laugh and like at the end like he's gonna hug Batman or something. It was just so unbelievably bad. I'm really getting pissed off about it. I have not gone back to watch The Batman again. It's just too long. It's not going to happen for a while. But so I've only seen that once, and I've only seen this scene once, and I don't want to see this scene ever again. I'm
Yeah.
really
You've
perturbed
seen
by
it
this.
once and you're really ruminating on it. So,
So much that I needed a whole nother video just to complain about it.
yeah.
The first video didn't get a whole lot of activity. So generally I would just, not do a second one.
Yeah.
But that's how mad I am. I am disgusted in this Joker. I am absolutely appalled. Voice of reason, go to work. Tell us.
Well, he's no Joaquin Phoenix. So, I mean, Joaquin, the performance that he gave
I've never even
was,
seen a walking phoenix.
haha, I knew.
Phoenix generally fly, but go ahead. Go ahead. Talk about
Really?
your walking phoenix.
Yes. The performance by him was so, it was so honoring of the Joker that was portrayed by Heath Ledger,
Yeah.
whether they intended it to be or not. I'm not really sure, to be honest. But when I saw the Joaquin performance, that was, I could really, if I suspend, and you have to suspend some disbelief here and there, which is fine. But I could really, if I wanted to connect those dots between his Joker and Heath Ledger's Joker, and I think that, most of us agree that Heath Ledger's Joker was phenomenal. And I don't think that we're just being charitable because he passed, but this guy is no Joaquin, he's no Heath, and I think that it wasn't written well to begin with, and it felt like it was a very muddied vision of what they wanted Joker to be in this movie, which is never going to end with a good result.
No, they got to just keep Joker out of this. Honestly, just keep him out. There's a million other great Batman villains. There are so many great Batman villains that they could explore. They've already got Penguin in here. They've got what happened to Riddler at the end? Is Riddler survived, didn't he? So I
Yeah.
guess he's still around.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's in jail at the end. That's right. And then
Yep.
Joker's laughing. So sorry about the spoilers, guys, if you didn't see it, but you've seen it by now, right? So yeah, I think this guy's such an asshole. Like he's seen Jokers. Okay, we've all seen Jokers. He's seen the version, Joaquin Phoenix version. He's seen the Heath Ledger version. Why would he do this? Even the guy who was on Gotham was better than this, and Gotham sucked too. Really, he was, and Gotham was
Yeah.
a terrible show.
Yeah.
And yet that Joker was better.
Yes.
They couldn't even call him the Joker, and he still was significantly
Yeah.
better than this. Hey, you know who feels really good about this casting though?
Who's that?
Jared Leto. Because everyone's forgotten about Jared Leto. Now
Yeah.
he was the bad Joker until now.
Yeah.
Now I would take Jared Leto over this guy in a second.
Yes.
Really, Jared Leto, I said this in the last video, but I'll say this again. Jared Leto, I don't think was bad.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that they'd already tried a few other versions of Joker and they needed him to be different. And they said, okay, well, why don't you try this more kind of gangster Joker? And so he tried it and it was okay. It was good. I don't think it was wonderful. Nobody did, but it was okay.
Yeah.
This guy here in the Batman, this is awful.
Yeah.
This is very bad. This is bothering me. You know how people
I can tell.
remember how Heath Ledger was like, oh, I'd be like haunted by the Joker when I was preparing for the role.
Uh-huh.
I'm haunted by this Joker, not in a good way at all, not in like a
Right.
artistic way.
Yeah.
I'm haunted by like, I can't believe what I just had to see. That really brought down the whole Batman Joker hatred for me. It just was an awful scene. I can't believe Matt Reeves would have anything to do with this.
So this is probably why he deleted it.
Right, but I can't believe he got shot. You understand this actor, Barry, had to go and beat out a bunch of other people for the role. Do you understand he actually got the role
Mm-hmm.
that other people got turned down for? That's fucked up.
Yeah, yeah.
What a prick.
But you never know like how much of that is the actor versus the direction that the actor got plus the writing. So, it's a careful mix. So
Ugh.
I don't know how much blame to put on him versus the writers versus
It's
the
a careful
director.
nix. Get him out. He does not belong in this damn thing.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Oh my lord, he's just bad news. At least the way the movie went, he's only at the end and you don't see him, you just hit the laugh.
Uh-huh.
So that's cool. So that way to just say Joker's in jail and
Yeah,
then and do whatever next time. But I think this trilogy can just do without Joker. Wouldn't it be refreshing to just not have a Joker this time?
maybe.
I mean, we
I don't
even
know.
saw a Joker in Titans briefly.
Uh-huh.
Remember that?
Yep, yep.
And that Joker was better, and he didn't even get a chance to say anything. I just we've seen so many versions
So
of
basically,
Joker.
what you're saying is every Joker that ever has been, with maybe the exception of the 1960s or whatever TV show, was better than this guy.
Yeah, yeah, I do mean that. Every little version of the cartoon versions, everything has been more fulfilling than what this was. This was not creepy at all. This was just like a nice, good-looking kid pretending to be sort of mad and like he has a riddle he wants to tell Batman. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I've got it figured out. I think I know.
Yeah.
Like he's toying with him. Like not, again, people say that anyway, not in the creepy way, in just a dumb way. I'm so disgusted by this. So I don't know. I was loving the Batman movie more before we had to see this. Guys, let us know in the comments. Are we being too hard on this guy? Are we being too hard on Matt Reeves? What are your thoughts about this Joker? I want to explore this a little bit because this is scary to me. That if we don't all do our part and do videos like this all over YouTube and Rumble and
Oh
everywhere
my
else, then
God.
that Joker could end up being the real Joker next time or in the third film or whatever. And we can't let that happen, guys. Let's band together, please, and ensure that this Joker never gets seen again. In fact, I want that video wiped off of YouTube. I don't want anyone to like stumble
You
upon
might be
it.
going a bit far here.
No, no, no. We're not going far enough. Look, guys, if you enjoyed this video for any reason, like, subscribe, click the bells, do all kinds of shit. But most importantly, let us know in the comments what you think. Watch this horrible clip a couple of times and let us know what you think. Okay, guys? All right, Voice of Reason, any final thoughts?
Hit the like button, please.
Please support the channel. We appreciate all the new subscribers. You guys are awesome. We will see you tomorrow.